Diablo was defeated. For a time it seemed we would know peace. But it was not to be. For Diablo's essence lingers in the Black Soul Stone. I cannot destroy the stone, nor allow its evil to remain within the heavens. And so it must be hidden, even from the angels. I pray that it will be enough. You have done well, Horadrim. Your service here is finished, and you should all run. Malthael. Brother, why? The Nephilim will stop you.
No one can stop death.
The spirits whisper of twisted angels who have come to Westmarch, murdering all who reside within the city's walls. I will find the truth of why they have come. But first I will strike these reapers down, so the dead may find peace in the unformed land.
The Nephilim! Miriam sent me to find you. Malthael has taken the Black Soul Stone. You must come with me.
People are dying in the city. I have to help them.
But you and Tyrael need to form a plan. We must find Malthael.
Tell Tyrael we will meet in Westmarch. Go!
It will be done. I swear it.
She's coming to kill us all!
The gates!
These gates are bound by a spell I cannot break.
Need more time.
Go out into the streets! It's the end of the world. So many have been killed and the Reapers are everywhere.
Surely there must be survivors.
General Torian was defending a group of refugees at the old Zakharoon Cathedral, but they're likely all dead by now.
Wait! You're the witch doctor who saved Bastion's keep. You'll save us too, won't you?
That is why I have come.
Keep moving. I think we lost her. No, no!
Those with demon blood must die.
I see no demons here. Only innocent people.
We found you.
Tyrael, why does Malthael wish to destroy this city?
Because he feeds on death. Every time his reapers kill, he grows stronger. And with the prime evil gone, Malthael believes this is the perfect time to end the eternal conflict.
Humanity has nothing to do with that war.
We are the offspring of angels and demons. But when Malthael looks upon us, he sees demons.
Church! All the refugees are inside! Follow me! It's Bane. This is worse than I feared.
What could this be?
A death maiden! Stop her!
We must do everything in our power to slow the Nephilim down, so that the collection of souls is not interrupted. It is the key to Malthael's victory.
There must be an end to this bloodshed. Where is Malthael?
I know only that he is not in Westmarch. He could have taken the Black Soul Stone anywhere in creation.
Is there a way we can determine the purpose for which he took it?
There may be. A sliver broke off when Malthael took the Soul Stone. Perhaps by studying that sliver, I can learn his plans.
You must discover its secrets. Until then, I will go bring peace to the city. Why have the Horadrian come back?
Tyrael rebuilt the Order to help him take the Soul Stone from heaven, and to protect mankind. After all, you can't be everywhere at once, no matter how powerful you are.
Malthael, my brother. He was wisdom, leader of our council, first among angels. And now, he has become this.
How did this come to pass?
After the destruction of the World Stone, Malthael's mood darkened, and he left the heavens frequently. Then he disappeared completely. He must have developed a connection, no, an obsession with human souls.
Death does not devour the spirit. It sets it free. Malthael is lost in darkness. What do you hope to learn from studying that fragment of the Soul Stone?
The sliver is still connected to the Soul Stone. As the stone changes, the sliver will change too. Therefore, I can observe what Malthael is doing to the stone, and if we're lucky, even discover his plan.
At long last, a hero comes to save us! That won't bring my wife back, though. Will it?
My library isn't far from here. I was closing everything up for the day when I heard the fighting in the streets. I barred the doors and then squeezed through the back window to escape. But I'll have to come up with something more exciting when I write my official account, won't I? You've heard the legend of the Tomb of Rakus, haven't you? Its location has never been found. Most scholars think it's underneath Westmarch, but I suspect it's somewhere outside the city. Rakus was a clever man, after all.
Westmarch originally grew from the efforts of the great General Rakus to spread his religion beyond the realms of the East. Seized by the superstitions of the Zakarum faith, he drove his paladins relentlessly across the barbaric western lands, subduing the uncivilized tribes he found there. Ultimately, he became king of them all.
We stayed to fight, Robert and me, but he fell. And when they started to tear into him, I panicked. I ran.
Be not ashamed. You live to carry on his memory.
Do you hear something?
Is there anything on your mind, Hadrian?
Yes, actually. Just remembering what happened in New Tristram after the falling star hit. Never seen Mira so scared. Leah came by later, telling us there were wounded men at the inn.
And your wife still went to help them.
know who is responsible for this. It's the poor. They've summoned these monstrosities to take Westmarch for themselves.
Did you know there were once 2 moons? Lyria is the one that is no more. I think it's time I told you the whole story of Zai and his master, the god of desire, Dirgist.
The truth and your words are usually far apart.
Dirgist's jewel has appeared again, and the time for secrets is over.
Then it is time for you to tell me if you are a god.
Have you been eating enough? I've noticed this about you. When things get difficult, you get very focused. Maybe I'll cook for you. Though, if it's all the same, we'd probably both be happier if I didn't.
You ask, who's to blame for this doom?
What troubles you, my friend?
For too long have I lived with the knowledge that my order tortures its initiates and twists their minds. I need to know how high this evil reaches. If my whole order is corrupt, what does it mean to be a Templar? What am I?
You are a man of great honor. A man who followed a path you believed was pure and true.
But it wasn't, was it? The guilty will answer for their transgressions. I swear it.
Well, the world's under attack and people are dying everywhere. It must be time for us to go on another adventure, right? Let us seek our fortunes together.
It is good to see you again, though it seems like we are only brought together in the worst of circumstances. But I suppose if times were better, we would never have met. For a moment, I heard one of my sister's voices. I could not make out the words.
The spirits speak to me always. At times their voices are clear, other times a maddening babble. Sometimes I hear the voices of those that I have known and lost.
My sisters are gone now, and I am the last memory of a world long since forgotten.
To know why your sisters died, you must learn this, or you will always hear their voices.
We will stand to...
I can't believe we're still alive. And it's all thanks to you. I thought we would die in that foul-smelling place.
Did you grab the jewelry at least?
Harold, those monsters were about to kill us.
Well, I would rather be dead than poor.
I found him in the streets. He seemed in a daze, so I brought him here with me, but he's hardly said anything. He's nobility of some sort, but I don't recognize the seal on his ring.
The flames!
The flames? Well, he was covered in soot. Perhaps he escaped from a fire. He never says more than a word or two at a time.
Duncraig is just death in horror. I thought I'd be safe here.
I can't do this anymore.
Someone came for me, after all this time.
My friend Hedrig heard your voice.
Bloody miracle! Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I owe you both.
Come with me. It's safe up there now.
Remember that noise I heard? It was that lad you rescued.
I'm Bryson. I came here to see your friend.
Huh.
And now he won't go away.
You saved his life. Perhaps he wishes to show you his gratitude.
I am. In fact, I'm going to repay Adria by helping him.
And I told you to stay away from my forge.
I grew up over by the docks. Not the good parts of town, but it's what my parents could afford. They died when the plague swept through a few years ago, within hours of each other. Like they had to stay together. I used to hate them for leaving me, but now, it's a relief they didn't have to see all this happen.
Why would the angels do this to us?
Do you know what the Death Maiden was trying to do in the cathedral?
She was creating an orb that turns the living into Malthael's death creatures. A single orb can transform hundreds of innocent people every hour, and my men report 2 more of them out in the city.
Soul crucibles. With 2 of them, Malthael has an endless supply of soldiers.
Not for long. The soul crucibles turn the bodies of the dead into reapers. That is the truth, is it not?
Sadly, yes.
But the Death Maidens are different.
Their story is as tragic as Malthael's. Once the vanguard of his wisdom angels, they followed him down the path to darkness.
After years of my pleading, the Angiris Council has finally agreed to send me in search of Malthael. I will not fail in this, as my master's presence is sorely needed in the high heavens. Owing to Malthael's growing fascination with the humans, Tyrael has suggested I begin my search on Sanctuary.
Attacks are getting worse. They'll reach the survivors soon. We've been here for days. These people can't last much longer.
You must guide them to the Survivors' Enclave. More time.
We've got to save my friends. This is all Justinian's fault. Some king he is. King Justinian must have
fled the city by now. It's time for the people to rise up!
You must come together as one if you are to have any hope for survival.
But this is our chance to get out from under the king's yoke!
Thanks for helping, but this isn't over. The king has failed us all. If you don't believe me, read this. His private journal.
How did you get this?
Well, let's just say it's from someone who cares about us common folk.
I'm so weary. Why did you have to die, brother? I was never meant to be king. The nobles threaten revolt to bend me to their will. They will abandon me if I don't keep the peasants in their place. Oh, my position is hopeless.
Destroyed the Coven. You, of all people, will understand what I'm doing here. Our ill-gotten treasure is behind this door. We did despicable things to amass it. Desecrated tombs, robbed corpses. Things you would never do. I was going to destroy it, but you, the hand of righteousness, you can use it for good.
Ready yet.
Find Malthael on Sanctuary, but I did find humans. Far too many of them. They murder and cheat one another while allowing their brothers to starve. If their true power is ever released, we are all doomed. They have a choice between good and evil, and they overwhelmingly choose evil.
Death Maiden is controlling the Soul Crucible, but not for long.
Thank you. I knew you would arrive in time to save me.
But how?
I am Miriam Jazia, a seer of the Vetchin people. I foresaw our meeting, but I did not see this horror. I have come to help you. There is one crucible left, and if you destroy that, the maidens will not be able to create more. There is no time to waste. We must be on our way now. Malthael, he's watching you.
I grew disgusted by humanity during my time on Sanctuary. When at last I found Malthael, I was not surprised to learn that he felt the same way. We will cleanse creation of the scourge that is humankind, and when we are finished, the tragic mistake of Anarius will be gone.
It would be wise for you to wait in the Survivors' Enclave. You are not safe out here.
Nonsense. You'll protect me. And after experiencing what those things do to people, let's just say, I need to see you destroy the final crucible with my own eyes if I am ever to sleep again.
Need more mana.
I see you have much guilt over Leah's fate.
How is it you know Leah?
I see the past as well as the future. You must not let it consume you. You shouldn't be so dour. You have much to be joyful about.
This is not the time.
I have learned that in terrible situations it is better to laugh than to cry. Perhaps when you have lost as much as I, you will understand.
Enough mana.
Tyrael told me of your actions. You killed Diablo himself.
I only did what must be done.
I don't know that the world will ever understand what it took to face such pure evil.
I do not need the world to understand. I know what I achieved.
My father was the commander of the Knights of Westmarch. He assumed I would become a soldier, just like him.
But a different path called to you.
I grew up on stories of the fearless Horadrim, Tal Rasha, Jared Kane. That was what I wanted to be. My father thought it was all myth. Wasn't he surprised when I actually became one of them?
Has the sliver shown you any of its secrets?
No, but it is our only hope of learning Malthael's plans. To defeat him, we must know where he is and what he is trying to do. The answer must be here. I just have to find it. Too many innocents have already died.
You have done well to keep these people alive.
It has been a brutal task. A lot of good men sacrificed themselves to save us. But even that wasn't enough. If you hadn't shown up when you did, we might already be dead.
The surrounding lands are filled with many settlements. Why do they not aid you?
Have you not heard? Cities everywhere are under attack. No place is safe.
Yes, Malthael strikes all across Sanctuary.
Then that is why I hear so many spirits howling in anguish.
You'll find no glory here, adventurer. Corpses can't sing your praises.
If you hadn't come along when you did, I don't know what might have happened.
It was the least I could do. Anyone would have done the same.
But you didn't have to help. You could have run right by.
Despite his superstitious views, Rakis ruled as a just and fair king, who was much loved by his people. He was succeeded by his son Corsic, who attempted to eradicate the barbarian tribes of the north. The line of Rakis was broken when Corsic's son Corellan died with no heirs.
My son's ship docked in Bramwell today. I thought he'd be safe there, but now I hear rumors. Give me a weapon. I need to get to Bramwell.
You are brave, but the risk is too great. I will ask the spirits to watch over your son.
Those monsters... My mother warned me about the poor. They want my wealth, but they don't want to work for it. And now they've created an army of death creatures. Well, when I'm king, I'll just show them.
I was telling you about Lyria, wasn't I? She was so beautiful that Durgus was determined to make her his own. Oh, yes, he pursued her relentlessly, showering her with gifts and attention until she succumbed and agreed to become his wife. But Durgus' jealousy was so great, he hid Lyria high in the heavens, far away from the reach of men and gods.
Jealousy is a curse that consumes everything.
Yes, that was Durgus. Desire was his very nature.
Only through submitting to Malthael will we survive.
There's no easy way to say this, but I have to leave, and I won't be returning.
You cannot leave. You are needed here.
I'm serious. My brother's imprisoned in Kingsport with no way to defend himself, and I must free him.
I am sorry for your troubles, and would gladly let you go. But with the city overrun, you will not live long enough to step foot in Kingsport.
All right. I'll stay for as long as I can, but only because I know how much you need me. Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Could it be that the Prophet abandoned us? Why else would his magic fail to protect us while we slept?
Did it? It kept you safe.
But my sister died. Why them and not me?
The answer does not matter. You live now, and that is what is important.
That is not enough. I must discover the truth. It is always wonderful to see you.
Awful things are happening out in the city. I have faith that you will save us. But Victor has his doubts. I think he's jealous.
Oh, what nonsense are you spouting, woman? Of course I think he'll save us. And I have just the things he'll need to do the job.
He saved my brother at Bastion's Keep.
You there, pauper! This diamond ring in exchange for safe passage out of the city?
But Harold, that's my wedding ring.
It's all we have left. Of course, if somebody had thought to grab her jewelry box...
Greater matters call me.
He hasn't said anything since he mentioned the fire. He barely eats, and his eyes are clouding over.
I saw her. Someone needs to know.
Her who?
They're coming for us.
When I ask the spirits if this death and destruction will end, they are silent. What do your visions say?
Of course it will end, and you will live a long and happy life.
Why would the spirits keep such knowledge from me?
Because I was not being entirely truthful. That, and you are as so chair-as it will never... I must say, it is wonderful to finally meet, though you are skinnier than my visions led me to expect. You just don't take care of yourself. It's always about saving the world first, isn't it?
more money.
Does Malthael draw strength from places such as this?
A wandering hero! Just in time to protect me as I grab these last trinkets. We'll split it, eh? This looks promising. Keep watch. If I get eaten, I blame you. Ah, no. Oh no, I'm dead. This is the one. I can feel it. Thanks for keeping me alive. Here's your share. I'm off to find the nearest abandoned tavern.
You are such the artist when it comes to dispatching Death's minions. Don't mind me. I'll just be waiting over here.
What was that?
That would be Urzael.
Who is he?
Urzael is the angel who commands Malthael's forces in this city. I think you made him angry.
I see. We should return to the Enclave and learn what progress Tyrael has made with the sliver.
Believe it, my best hammer's gone missing. It couldn't have walked off on its own now, could it, lad?
One of the men needed a hammer. He promised to return it.
Fool boy! I'll never see it again!
I'm sorry, Adria.
Get out of my sight!
I don't feel like talking right now.
We're not going to die, are we? Tell me we're not going to die. I don't want to lose my soul!
Zai was the greatest thief, and he wanted Lyria. He waited patiently for a night when Lyria's path hid her behind the silver moon. For when the sun set, Dirges had to leave Lyria's side, you see, for desire rules the night. He could only watch from below, as she drifted across the ocean of stars. Then Zai climbed, silent as a whisper, into Lyria's palace in the heavens.
Why was he so determined? Was it love?
No, but stealing from Dirges would make Zai a legend.
Those who perished without embracing Malthael.
I have heard that the Grand Maester himself is in Westmarch. It is imperative that I find and speak to him. I will tell him of the sins his order is committing.
This man leads the Templar. Surely he is the root of the Order's evil.
No, you are wrong. My first memories of being a Templar are of him comforting me, welcoming me to the Brotherhood. I looked into his eyes. He is a good man, I tell you. Today is the day I find out how deep the Order's corruption runs.
Then you must fight to end this deception and make things right, my friend.
I will do it, even if it means going against my entire Order. I could use a good friend by my side.
I will be right here by your side.
This is one of our strongholds. I will have my answers soon.
You must be ready for anything.
Cormac! Everyone says you helped slay Azmodan and Belial. They're calling you the greatest of all the Templar. It's good to see you as well, brother. But I come with troubling news about the Order. I must speak with the Grand Maester. You're in luck. He's here. Standing orders are to send you to him upon your return. Take this, the Grand Maester's new proclamation.
You've done us all proud.
This proclamation from the Maester, it's damning. He admits his own guilt. How could I have not seen this?
The day of reckoning is at hand. We will rise from the ashes of Westmarch and lead mankind into the light. We shall have recruits by the thousands. Every citizen will be another Templar added to the cause. Once cleansed by the Inquisitors, they will become an unstoppable force.
We know you had nothing to do with Jondar's corruption, Cormac. You're a hero. Our time has finally come, and we owe it all to you.
Bring me that whip! It is time to purify this initiate.
Stop! How can you do this to your fellow Templar?
We bless them with the truth, as we did for you, Cormac. But if the greatest of all Templar wishes them freed, it shall be so. We've been ordered to take you to the Grand Maester as soon as possible. Follow me.
Cormac, the shining example of a true Templar. We have much to talk about.
Yes, we do, Grand Maester. You have betrayed us all, starting with the torment of our initiation.
It was brutal but necessary. I did the hard things no one else would, for the ascension of humanity. I carry the weight of my actions with me always. Are you ready to make a similar sacrifice, Cormac? Will you stand with me and become Meister in due time? I need you.
But... No! Your power has driven you to madness if you think I would help you rule over mankind!
This saddens me greatly, my son. I am sorry. Kill him. Man is a flawed being. Time and again we have seen good men given to temptation. Though it is painful, I have found only one answer. We must cleanse the minds of our recruits, so they will never fall prey to the corruption of the demons, or the blind self-righteousness of the angels.
Dedicated my life to a lie. Everything I thought I knew, it was all in the service of a madman. I swear that every Templar I meet will be freed from the lies of the Order. And if they refuse, I will be forced to convince them.
They will believe you. I know it.
The Grand Maester, behind the Order's corruption. Deep down, I think I always knew. Perhaps that's why I never felt worthy of the Order. As if I was not a true Templar.
You had no choice. The Templar used fear and violence to make you into a slave. But now, the truth has burned away the lies. You are free to believe in what your heart says is true.
I believe in you and your quest. This world must be saved, regardless of the corruption of the Templar. Lead the way to glory.
It's time for me to go. My brother will die in the Kingsport dungeons if I don't act now.
A Kingsport prisoner, you say? Those poor devils were all transported to our cells in Westmarch last week. But we haven't heard from the garrison since the attack started.
Edlin, I have to find him. Will you help me, my friend? Right then, this is where they're holding Edlin.
Looking for your brother, Lyndon?
Something seems wrong.
Damn it all! The Thieves Guild always finds who it's looking for.
Thieves Guild infiltrated the entire dungeon?
No! Betrayed them! You die for what you did tonight!
Edlin! He's...
I share in your grief, Lyndon.
I never should have joined the guild. He told me, but I wouldn't listen.
Do not fault yourself for this. Your brother was killed before we came to Westmarch.
That dagger looks very familiar.
Bring it with you, but we cannot stay.
Lyndon, I grieve for you.
You must not blame yourself, Lyndon. It will change nothing.
What do you want me to say? That I wish he'd never known me? That I wish he'd had a brother who didn't fail him?
That you are trapped within your grief.
You think death is the way into your perfect afterlife? You could never understand. If there's treasure to be had, then
When I left my sister Lysa, I took her magic focus as a reminder. I scryed it today to see if it held any clues, and I found strong traces of the demonic magic that killed her. It reminded me of the Fisherais magic from before we served the Prophet.
Those mages died long ago. If they sought revenge, they died without finding it.
When I cast the magic upon her focus, I heard her voice again, and this time, I understood. She said one word. Irina. The Prophet has foreseen our victory.
Is this truly the work of angels? I don't understand.
How could they?
Some of the angels have gone mad, but I will stop them.
Good.
You are a quiet sort, Irina. Sneak back home and fetch some of our savings.
But the streets are crawling with those horrid creatures.
That's precisely why you must go, dearest. Nobody notices you.
Been agitated ever since he mentioned the woman. Who was she? Did she start the fire?
Looking for something. Something hidden.
I don't know what to do. He's getting worse. I fear he will not live much longer.
We need to get out of here.
After Corellan's death, the crown passed to Justinian I through a somewhat convoluted interpretation of Zakharum's scripture. Thus began the Justinian dynasty. Seen as usurpers by many, the Justinians suffered nearly constant challenges to their rule. Finally, during the reign of Justinian III, a full-fledged insurrection broke out in the outlying region of Tartarus.
Why fight so hard? Thousands are dead. What do another dozen matter?
Now I hear those Reapers are taking people's souls? This is madness!
Can I ask you about Deckard Cain?
Oh, yes. He was a wise teacher, a great friend. If he lived today, many other paths might be open.
Could one man make such a difference?
Now is not the time to speak of this. We have a city to save.
Look, the sliver is changing.
Malthael is altering it.
Exactly. He's been gathering strength from the souls of Westmarch in order to alter the stone. Yet his purpose still eludes me.
He's killing everyone. What more do you need to know?
If we are to stop him, we must know what he plans to do next.
Urzael has done this to finish collecting the souls of Westmarch.
The time for his death has come. Where is he?
All I know is that he is in a tower somewhere in the Westmarch Heights, and that he will be quite rude to you. Before you set out to kill him, you should stop by my cart. I can enchant some items for you.
What do you know of this Urzael?
He is Malthael's lieutenant, much the same way that Iswal was mine. He does his master's bidding without question.
It is strange that Malthael did not take your spirit in the tomb of Rakis.
I may be mortal, but I am not Nephilim. I have no demon blood in me, and therefore Malthael does not see me as his enemy.
But he thinks me one. I stood with angels and fought the beasts of hell.
That is of no consequence. You are half demon to him and therefore on the wrong side of the eternal conflict.
Tyrion, you look to be in agony.
I have felt pain before, but nothing like this. It is different being mortal. The pain wears on you.
Such is the way of this world. Only in the unformed land does the pain end. Do you know why Malthael wants the Black Soul Stone?
I have been thinking on that since our encounter, but every scenario I envision simply doesn't make sense, regardless of what he has become.
He would not have taken it without reason. If only Tyrael had destroyed the Black Soul Stone.
The Black Soul Stone was made by a man, unlike previous Soul Stones. We had no idea what would happen if we destroyed it. It seemed a better idea to hide it away forever. We had no way of knowing that Malthael was watching us the entire time. How could we?
There was no way. But what will we do when we get it back?
I don't know. But it's better for us to have the stone than Malthael. If we make it that far, we'll worry about what to do next.
What do you know of Urzael?
Well, he seems to have an affinity for fire. I'd watch out for that if I were you.
I will. Do you know anything else?
Urzael was sent to find Malthael by our friend Tyrael. He blames himself for what Urzael has become. What else can I tell you? I had a vision of death blanketing our world. So I left my people, my family, to come help you.
I too left my home and my people. I know the pain of your sacrifice.
Nonsense. We veteran often receive visions telling us when it is time to find a new family. I've had many in my life. I still love and miss each and every one of them. Except for Jonah. I never really liked that one.
My friend's down the hall. I have to get to him.
You're the hero from Bastion's Keep. How did you get here? You saved my life.
I helped.
I think we're safe now. Does that mean you'll give me my sword back?
No. You go on ahead. We'll meet up with you later.
And we'll keep fighting, just like you.
It is done. The bloodline of Rakis will once again sit on the throne of Westmarch.
And that would be you?
My grandmother was the daughter of Coralon, but he would not claim her because she was born of a courtesan, not a queen. With the peasants supporting me, Westmarch will become a place of freedom and equality. The idle rich will be no more. Of course, there will be some bloodshed. We must make a few examples, consolidate our power, a small price to pay.
I will not put the future of the people of Westmarch in the hands of a betrayer like you.
I have spent my whole life preparing for this day, primitive heathen.
I have come to realize that my personal feelings are of no consequence. My people are dying, and they need their king. Our resistance starts today, and Lord Winton, of all people, has provided the means. These Reapers shall not have Westmarch. I swear my life on it.
My master has begun his work on the stone. Nothing that you do matters. Soon demons spawn like you will be gone forever.
Enough! The spirits call for your death.
The demon spawn shall perish in flames!
Is it true that King Justinian IV is dead? That would mean I'm sixth in line for the throne.
If Tyrael is helping Malthael, we can do it.
Quite unlike me to fall apart like that. I can't imagine what came over me. Let's keep this between ourselves, eh?
It is good to fight with you again.
Let us fight this evil together.
You killed the angel who was responsible for this horror.
Yes, but a great evil remains. When I have destroyed him, you will be safe.
I believe you.
Your eyes gleam with wisdom, Miriam. You have seen much in this life.
Oh, I could tell you stories. We were frequently set upon by bandits. It became quite tiresome, really. One time, I had had enough. I know this is hard to believe, but when I was younger, I was even more vivacious than I am now. So I seduced their leader, convinced him to free us by giving him details on how we could rob a local magistrate. He'd heard the Vetchen could predict the future, so he believed me. They were caught and hung 3 days later. I must have forgotten to tell him that part of my vision.
I wonder if we could sell wigs made from your hair.
That is enough, Harold! If we survive this nightmare, I am leaving for my parents' estate in Bramwell.
That's a grand idea, dearest. Your father has more than enough money to...
Follow me, and I will tie you naked to a tree for the crows. Maybe then you'll finally think of something other than money.
You killed the angel who caused the slaughter?
This disaster will make for great reading someday, provided that anyone survives to chronicle it. How fortunate I am to have met the savior of Westmarch. You simply must let me ask you some questions when your work is done. Rackus conquered all of Honduras before founding Westmarch. Repelling this invasion would be child's play for him.
You really must stop thanking me. It was nothing.
12 people ran by me and did nothing. You're a hero.
Just in the right place at the right time, I suppose.
Thanks to you, I can finally bury my wife in peace.
Now that Urzael is dead, I'm going to Bramwell to find my son.
These lands are still plagued by danger.
I don't care.
I bring grave news, General. The king is dead.
I'd heard rumors, but I hoped. I didn't really care for the king at first. He turned into a good ruler. Hadn't been himself lately, though. The last of his trusted advisors died recently. Hit him hard, it did. He would have recovered eventually. Now, he'll never get the chance.
Urzael is dead. The Reapers will be easily defeated without him to lead them.
You have saved Westmarch, my friend.
But we still do not know why Malthael took the stone, and he grows stronger by the moment. Our time is running out.
That strange woman you brought here believes she can help. She insisted on speaking with you immediately. Urzael is slain. Westmarch is saved. And yet these thoughts weigh constantly upon me.
We have brought peace to Westmarch. That is a victory worthy of celebration.
Wise words, my friend. Angels are cursed with a wider perspective of events. To live in the moment is a part of mortal existence I must learn to embrace.
Shira's newly established rule over Westmarch did nothing to quell the civil war, which continued until she was driven mad and eventually killed by the plague. Cornelius, grandson of Justinian III and slave to the Zakharum faith, used this opening to crush the rebels once and for all and become the new king.
Bryson meant well. Why not let him stay?
He's a fool, and fools end up dead around here.
Ah, death. It is always close to your heart.
What are you talking about?
Your father, your wife, your apprentice. You did not want another face to add to that list.
You keep that nonsense to yourself, or I might forget how much I owe you.
I'm telling you, Lyria was so lonely, and Zai was so alive and full of life. They shared one perfect night, and after she emerged, blushing. Dirges raced to her side, but Zai was gone. The ruby around Lyria's neck was the only sign that he had ever been there.
Did Zai feel any remorse for his actions?
No, not then. He felt pride.
What shall we fight today?
I heard Lysa's voice again, and I could make out more of what she was saying. She is calling out for me, but it sounds as though the voice is speaking to me from far away, from beyond our world.
The voice of her spirit?
No, I do not know how, but she is alive, and she needs me. I welcome the chance to travel with you.
Cheldo, I know how to find Malthael, but you will not like what I have to tell you.
What is it?
There is only one person who knows how to find Malthael. She waits for you in the Blood Marsh, and you know her well. Adria.
Adria. She has much to answer for. I see no angels here. Why are they not helping us?
There is confusion and dissension in the high heavens. You must remember, Malthael was our leader once.
But you stand on the Angiris Council. You can call on the warriors of heaven.
Imperius commands the host, and he will not unleash them on a fellow angel, especially a former member of the Angiris Council.
I will not forget this, and the spirits will not either.
You're not going anywhere without me.
Why?
Someone has to make sure you don't kill Adria before you find out where Malthael is.
Come with me if you wish, but Adria will pay for her betrayal. Urzael and his reapers are dead. Westmarch is safe, and its people can finally begin to rebuild. Lorath and I now go to find Adria in the Blood Marsh. She knows the way to find Malthael, and after she tells me, I will end her life.
I wonder if this was... We hid the Black Soul Stone in the deepest part of the Nephilim ruins near here. We thought it would be safe, but Malthael found it didn't save. This is the entrance to the tomb, but someone's collapsed it.
Adria.
It looks like we'll have to find another way into the ruins. What was that?
Something is coming.
Just one entrance to the city. There are guide stones littered across the Blood Marsh that will lead us to the main one. The guide stones are useless to most, but will reveal the correct path to a Nephilim such as yourself.
Run if you wish, Adria. It will do no good.
Remember to get the information we need before you...
Of course.
Well, that's not very reassuring.
Sunday soon, and then Westmarch will be pulled from the
I saw a witch. She burned. Father took me to the town square to see it. Look, he said, that is the face of evil. But she looked like any other woman, and burned like anything else. Then the flames engulfed her. Her eyes found mine, and she laughed. Father could never understand. He was born into privilege and wealth, and he spent every moment of his life trying to protect it. I was his flesh and blood, but he cared more about the names in books and the faces of the paintings on the walls than his living daughter.
Guide stones, but nothing happens when I approach it.
Let me try.
Do you know what fear is? The fear of who you are. The fear of what your own blood would do if they knew what you were. No, you could never understand it. People look to you as a savior. Have you ever thought about the lives you've taken? They were fathers, lovers, daughters.
There are 4 entrances to the Nephilim city, each one etched with a sigil. Only the correct one marks the true entrance to the tomb, however. When you activate these stones, one of the wrong sigils disappears.
Then all we need to do is eliminate 2 of the remaining sigils.
Sigil. This sigil marks the correct This is the passage I have been searching for. Not ready yet.
Uncovered and obscured an ancient tome in whose pages is recorded an impossible tale. The secret history of a race called the Nephilim, gods by another name, and their ruined civilization in the west. If this is true, how could all signs of these Nephilim be lost, but for the record of this single tome?
It's almost as though the stones themselves know that a Nephilim has returned.
But our own ancestors, gifted with long life, magic, and abilities far beyond ours. Yet they were still men. I wonder if these pages hold the key to unlock their powers once again.
Let us seek honor together, my friend.
I was separated from the other soldiers and surrounded by the dead when I saw him. I gazed into the face of death himself. I couldn't move. I just stared as he passed through me. His touch was like ice, so cold. But something in me changed. Something I cannot understand.
I can't stay here. I need to move on.
You can't leave me. Where will I go?
You should be safe here.
Please, just stay a few more days.
Laura, you come with me no further. When I am done, you can join me.
You're going to kill her, aren't you?
I will do what is right.
We are all counting on you.
Bring the light of Zakharum to the heathens. Here in the east, the power of Zakharum wanes, but in the west it will rise, stronger and greater than ever. Yet I have another purpose. The lost Nephilim city of Corvus lies in the west. I will find it. We founded a settlement near the Western Sea. It will grow to be a great city in time. Now that my people are settled, I can begin my own search for the ruins of the Nephilim city, Corvus. The tome implied that it was near this very region. Begun searching the marsh for the ruins of Corvus. This stinking, festering swamp is punctuated by worn blocks of stone. Perhaps these ancient sentinels are all that remain of the proud Nephilim city. No, there is more to be found. I know it.
I need mana. Aid me. Need more mana. My strike is true.
Let's see where you've been hiding, Malthael.
Adria.
The angels will never suffer us to live. They cannot accept the fact that we may choose our own path. At least demons are not so rigid in their beliefs. Diablo will return. I have done what I can to ensure it. He always finds a way. In your heart of hearts, you know this.
Before she died, Adria conjured an image of Pandemonium.
She was searching for Malthael, so he must be there.
I need to go back.
All right, it's him or us.
Dirges was possessed by an all-consuming rage. As Zai had stolen what was most valuable to Dirges, he would take from Zai all that he held dear.
Did Dirges kill him?
Dirges took something much more dear than Zai's life. His joy. He killed everyone Zai had loved and held dear. Oh, then he slew Adria. Her light went out from the heavens, the seas wept, and the waves of their tears crashed upon the shore.
May the battles never end.
Where are you going? I have some good news.
Good news?
I mentioned what you did to some guards I met. You could get a commendation or something when this is all over.
Oh, that's fantastic.
No one sees them, only me.
Our shop will be looted.
I don't think he will live much longer. Whatever secret he learned will surely be lost with him.
He saw Adria, but now she is dead.
No.
But why? Why would someone do this?
To keep her master's secrets. Malthael is in Pandemonium.
No doubt he has gone to the fortress. Malthael can hold out there until the end of time. He is forcing us to come to him.
He thinks to grow more powerful than me, while skulking in the shadows like a rat.
The only way to Pandemonium is through the high heavens. Let us leave at once.
Lara! Peter!
For whom do you search?
Oh, it's my children. They're out playing a game, but I'll find them soon enough.
I now know death better than I know the shape of my hand or my own sword. Hendel charged into battle at my side. I'd known him since I enlisted, but when I looked at him that night, I had a vision. I saw the faces of the men he had killed, and I saw that he would not live to see the morning.
According to the records, King Rackus had a strong jaw, hair as black as night, and wore gleaming armor over his muscular... Sorry, what was I talking about?
We can't start to rebuild until we know that the one who caused this devastation is dead.
I am still searching for him. I swear to you, he will pay.
I hope so.
In the end, Zai trapped Urzael in the ruby Lyria had worn. Zai kept the stone around his neck as a reminder. In time, though, the burden grew too great to bear, and he cast off the stone. His divinity, everything. Where there once stood a young god, there was now just an old man.
An old man?
So the story says.
When I was forced to admit my beliefs were wrong, I was lost. I was afraid I would always feel that way. But instead, a sense of calmness has come over me. I'm no longer at war with myself.
The spirits and I are glad, my friend. You have cast aside the false teachings of this world and opened your eyes to truth.
It is good to fight with you again.
So, now it's on to Pandemonium. You'll see a world only a few humans have laid eyes on before.
I have glimpsed the unformed land. There is nothing greater.
Ah, the beauty of life is lost on you, isn't it?
What is this?
Destroy the gate! The Nephilim is here!
Dares to attack us? Malthael is my brother. I fought 1,000 battles by his side, and I care not that he seeks to destroy you and your kind. But my brother has grown sick, and he must be put down for his own sake. Yet I have not the heart to do this. And so it falls to you. Come, Nephilim, to Pandemonium.
Malthael tried to destroy the way to Pandemonium. He knows that I am coming for him. I will cross the broken land over which angel and demon have fought wars beyond counting. To the Pandemonium fortress, where the angel of death waits, hiding behind its walls.
There is a siege camp not far from here. Meet me there, and I will show you what must be done. Must I do everything for you? You will need to do better if you're to stand any chance. That is a siege room. Bring it with you. Do you see the battering ram below? That is the only way you can breach the fortress gates. But it is useless without the siege rooms that power it. You have one in your possession, but there are two more. You will find them on the battlefield below, imprisoned along with the demons that carried them. Once you have the rooms, go to the ram. But know this, Nephilim. Even if you release Malthael from his madness, I will not thank you for it.
I do not need your thanks.
perfect strike. Mama.
Need more time. The ram is here, but I must finish collecting the siege runes first.
commands you.
It roams the outskirts of Pandemonium, a lumbering giant with a gaping hollow at its core. Somehow, it can hide its body away, disguising itself as a mere portal. Those who pass through it are trapped in a distant world, never to be seen again. Pandemonium is the Alpha and the Omega of the eternal conflict. It lies at the center of all things, linking the realms of heaven and hell. Long ago, when the angels were young, the aspect of wisdom found the eye of Anu here. He named it the World Stone, and all of heaven swore to protect it.
believe will happen when you die?
My spirit will pass to Imwiru Ikura, where it will join all the rest in paradise. What do you believe?
I think it will be like going to sleep once again. But this time, you will not awaken.
Pandemonium was destined to be our battlefield. It was formed in the chaos of the last struggle between the Diamond Warrior Anu and the Dragon Tathamet. Now, eons of war have scarred every patch of ground. The cycle of victory and defeat is the foundation of our existence and the essence of the eternal conflict.
Has revealed Malthael's plan to me, and it is worse than I could have imagined. He means to use the Black Soul Stone to capture all demonic essences, even those that linger in human hearts. If the stone is altered to rip the demonic essence out of every man, woman, and child on Sanctuary, they will all die.
No, we can still stop him. And we begin by attacking the fortress.
Malthael is fundamentally altering the Black Soul Stone. It will now pull in all the demonic essence from whatever plane of existence it finds itself in. But mankind is born of angel and demon alike. Every mortal, save myself, has demonic essence as an intrinsic part of their being. Losing that will rip their body and soul apart.
Thought on what you said, and you may have been right. Can't bear the thought of another friend's death.
The alternative is to spend a life alone. No easy path, Adria.
I suppose so.
Zeiss jewel is here, in Westmarch.
Where? We should get it at once.
Dinner first, then we can go after the jewel. Do not worry. I think it can wait for a little while. Yes, yes, this is the place! The jewel is here!
Shen, it's too dangerous! Come back!
Just a little fall. Don't worry!
Not ready yet.
I'm just down here. Everything seems perfectly fine. Wait, what is that? All of this seems so familiar, like it's happened before. Hey, where are you? You're not lost, are you?
I'm carrying too much. I am returning to town.
It helps me figure things out, such as what I'd like to have for dinner. so good to be able to show you around again. We really should do it more often. Huh? Maybe next time, one of the night markets? No! This cannot be! It's been destroyed! Dirges is free!
Zai, is that you? You look different.
I believe you are mistaken. I am Shen.
Zai is gone, and no more. He's a legend, and a myth. The man who stands before you is but a simple jeweler. I have seen the years, and I have loved and lost, and I have grieved and wept.
Whoever you are, you have freed me, and I am happy to have looked upon your face.
And I am filled with joy to have seen yours once again. Farewell, and go upon this last journey.
Shen, are you well?
Please, I just need a moment alone. Do not worry about me. I will find you later. It feels like a lifetime since I last held this jewel in my grasp. Oh, the memories flood back into me. I was a vain fool in my youth. I know it will be hard for you to think of me so, but it's true, though it was a long, long time ago.
What do we do now?
Well, Dirges has escaped, and it's more important than ever for me to find him.
Despite all of this, I find myself with hope for the future.
I think this hope includes Irina, yes?
No! No, of course not. I do find her company stimulating. Yeah, I do enjoy her unique way of looking at things, but, I mean, no.
I think you should tell her you have left your vows behind.
What? Well, you know. I mean, she is quite interesting. So, yeah, I suppose so. Perhaps I should. Maybe. You, mentioned that I should speak with Irina. I don't think I can do that.
If you do not, then Lindan surely will.
What? That cad? No, she's already seen right through his lecherous ways. Surely he'd have no luck. Would he?
Who can know? But it would not be wise to give him another chance. You have battled demons, my friend. I know you can do this. Gather your courage and speak with him.
Leave me alone. I'm getting drunk, and no, I'm not sharing.
Talk to Hedrig about the dagger. Answers will bring you peace you will not find from drink.
Don't be so sure. I found all the answers I need. The bloody Thieves Guild killed my brother.
You say that, but you do not know if your words are true.
And neither do you. Aha! I knew you'd need my help.
Irina, I was... Never mind. It was of no importance.
Be brave, Coma.
Yes. Well, Irina, I just wish to inform you that, I've left the Order. I'm no longer a Templar, nor bound by their rules.
What are you saying?
I would like it if... I mean, when this is over, would you consider, adventuring at my side?
Of course I would. I would be honored to fight alongside you. I feel as close to you as I did to my sisters.
Oh. Yes, of course. Sisters. Indeed.
I now know that the call is coming from the realm of Pandemonium.
How could that be? It was not easy for us to reach it.
The prophet was a seraph. He may have hidden in Pandemonium to keep his affairs secret from the Angiris Council.
And then he summoned Lysa?
I saw her broken body, but the prophet's magic is powerful. He once saved us all. He could have saved Lysa again. Accompany me to Pandemonium. We will find where Lysa's voice is coming from, and perhaps I will uncover the answers I seek. I followed her voice to this place. I can hear her so clearly. We must find her.
I do not hear anything.
To be a dreamless sleep, but the blackness faded, and dreams I had. Dreams that became nightmares I could not wake from.
Sybil, I am here now.
You are always the strongest, Irina. Make us proud.
No, do not go. What is that?
The prophet said I would not dream, but I did. At first, they were dreams of color, unsettling. And then I began to hear voices. They called for me, over and over. And then I woke.
When we woke, the demons were in our midst. We were not ready. But you slept, Irina. Why?
I would have woken Reza. You must believe me. These demons, where are they coming from?
Need more mana.
You must find Lysa. It is not too late.
Do not go. I have questions. Something holds the spirits of my sisters here. Whatever it is will lead us to Lysa.
The Prophet asked each of us in turn, before he cast the spell of binding, our lives for hers. If we declined, we could leave without any thought of shame. We each heard the question, and answered the only way we could. Our cause was too important to not make that sacrifice.
Surround Lysa. You must find her, Irina. Lysa, where is she? It is the demons that killed my sisters. It is good to see you, Irina. I thought I would never gaze upon your face again. Farewell, my sister. This portal will lead us to Lysa. We trained, believing that we would fight together. But Irina was the one who was chosen. And we were the ones who must sacrifice to support her. Why her and not me? A selfish question, for I know that if she was asked, she would say yes. So I did. Lysa! I knew I heard your voice.
Why did we have to give our lives for you, Irina? What was so special about you? Chosen of the Prophet. Your sisters were willing to sacrifice their lives for you, just as the Prophet intended. But I would not play along. It merely took time for me to find a way out.
I never knew Lysa. The Prophet never told me.
Irina, know that you possess the greatest potential of all your sisters, and so I chose you. They gave their lives so that you could survive and fight in the most important battle to come. They did this willingly, and their sacrifice is not a burden, but a gift to you.
But what do I do?
Live. Fulfill the destiny for which I trained you, and for which your sisters died.
I always thought that Lysa was as strong as any of us, perhaps even the strongest. But she decided that the sacrifice asked of her was too great. How can I blame her? In her place, I might have made the same choice.
The greatest good sometimes requires the greatest sacrifice.
But is this not proof? If the price is too costly, goodness is not enough. Perhaps there is a better way. I welcome the chance to travel with you.
Linden left a dagger here earlier. I'm guessing you're behind that.
He is beginning to listen. Can you tell me anything about it?
Let me look. It's well crafted for a Kingsport blade, and oh, the hilt seems to be hollow. Someone hid a note inside. Here, you should take it to Linden.
I joined a caravan of refugees heading to Bramwell, but we never made it there. Brigands slaughtered everyone. I ran into the forest and hid for days before I dared come out. How am I ever going to find my son?
I tried to leave the city today, but the gates are all closed. The guards won't let anyone in or out.
What are you going to do?
Stay here and hide, I guess. I am a coward.
Stop that! You're a good man.
I spoke with the necromancer Urzael. He said that the source of my visions is not necromancy, but something else. He seemed unnerved by it.
Westmarch is currently ruled by Justinian IV. Originally thought to be a callow youth, Justinian came into his own in the years following his ascension to the throne. Rumors still abound about demonic activity surrounding his coronation. But I believe those are simply the product of overactive imaginations, fueled by the ever-prevalent myths of the Zakarum.
When this is over, Tyrael will need to replace those who fell in the Tomb of Rakis. And he'll continue to train and expand the Order of New Horadrim. With everything I've been through at your side, I think I can contribute to that effort. The people of Westmarch are starting to rebuild the city and bury their dead. Their strength is an inspiration. But there are children that witnessed their family being torn apart. Others climbed over piles of corpses to get to safety. What will they make of the world when they grow up? The city has scars that will linger for generations. Deckard Cain wrote much about the Pandemonium fortress. He kept meticulous notes, drew sketches, and even made some maps. But nothing matches what is there now. The fortress has changed so much since Malthael took over.
Pandemonium was a battlefield for ages on end. Demons' blood saturated this ground. Many angels died defending it.
Why did you fight over this wasted land?
Our battles revolved around the World Stone. I had the Pandemonium fortress built in order to protect it.
Malthael was the wisest of your kind. Did you not search for him when he disappeared?
Malthael kept to himself much of the time, and he was known to leave without warning. Eventually, the council became concerned. We sent his closest followers to find him. Most of them did not return.
Urzael and the maidens. They found Malthael and followed him down the path of madness.
It seems so.
The spirits say that you created the Pandemonium fortress.
Not on my own, but it was my idea, yes. The angels raised it around the World Stone many eons ago.
Then its secrets are known to you. Are there no hidden entrances?
I fear not. The fortress is always changing, caught between the forces of heaven and hell. last hit!
The gates are broken.
Pandemonium Fortress. When I fought Malthael, my sword passed through him like air. He is in a state of death and life, impervious to physical harm. Your magic is not enough. To defeat him, you must channel the power of death, as he does.
The voices of the spirits below call to me. Could they be the key?
The power of the dead. If you could become one with it, you would be as Malthael is, and you could face him. But you must find a way, quickly. Every moment, thousands die, and Malthael's power grows beyond anything I have ever seen. The fortress feels strange and new to me, though I have come here times beyond count as its champion and as its liberator. It changes to match the nature of whoever controls it, but I have never seen it like this while under the control of an angel.
Malthael's mind has become twisted, and so has this fortress.
The spirits welcome you. Soon we will speak truly for the first time.
Never before had I heard a voice from the unformed land so clearly.
This time we both saw him.
Ancestors, I call on you for aid. Malthael is beyond my powers, and I seek your guidance.
Though Malthael consumes the spirits of Imbuiru Ekura, it has not made him invincible. He has opened himself up to you.
But how?
Are you not master of the unformed land's power?
Malthael has grasped something greater than I have. He is death itself.
But the spirits would answer your call and aid you if they could be wrested from Malthael's grasp. Go deep within the fortress and set them free.
Who is it that I speak with?
I am the one and the many. I am the voice of Nkasi. I am the voice of your father and the voice of generations past.
Were you not a man before?
I was, but now I am more. Here in this place, I speak for the dead.
Your voices are diminished.
Malthael has consumed many, and so we are quieted. But even we few have great power. You were born for this, destined to partake in this battle. For you are the master of Imbuiru Ekura.
I slew demons beyond count. I won battles and broke sieges, but it availed me nothing. I know that this war can have no victor, only an eternity of revenge, pride, and hatred. Tyrael does not understand. He cannot see beyond the glory of battle. In time he may, but that day is not yet here.
Hail to you, champion.
In this place, Malthael uses his dark crucibles to collect the souls of demon prisoners slaughtered within the fortress.
Once the crucibles are full, a scavenger appears and channels the souls to Malthael.
It is vital that the crucibles and the scavenger be destroyed.
Get here?
We came here years ago to aid a hero much like you.
The fortress has changed since then. Its new master did not suffer our presence for long.
Scavenger! Show yourself!
Thanks to you, champion, Malthael can no longer feed on the souls of demons to increase his power.
Who seek a way out of the endless strife. Angels and demons who feel enslaved by our fate. I cannot be unique in all of creation. I know my path. I will find those disillusioned of the war and lead them.
Content to fight the same battles and the same foes while everything turns to ashes. Those victories might last a day, or a year, or 100 years. The war will never be won so long as he and his brothers lead. There is an end to it, but fools like my father are too blind to see it.
I lay upon the ground, only to wake in chains. I did not know that demons took prisoners. I babbled like a fool about my dreams of escaping this war. My captor freed me and said that we would meet again. Her name was Lilith, daughter of Mephisto.
I've been thinking that perhaps I should change my outfit.
Oh, I am rather fond of that dress.
Not everyone has as good taste as us.
This is the wrong hammer, lad. I need the big one.
Right, sorry.
You, my friend, not a word out of you. Not a single word.
I was just going to tell Bryson about the good job he is doing.
You're going to distract my apprentice when he has all this work on his hands? Not on my watch. Now, lad, where's that hammer?
Adria found a note hidden in the dagger. Read it.
Lyndon, I killed him. Come after me if you must. I'll be waiting. Rhea, my brother's wife.
The woman you loved. But why?
I don't want to talk about her. Not until this matter is settled. And I know you and I will see it done. They will run when they see us.
The Prophet knew one truth. Evil cannot be destroyed forever. In time, it rises anew and stronger.
Your prophet spoke wisdom.
Yes, and that is why I must carry on his mission. But I will not demand the sacrifice that was asked of my sisters. I and those who follow me will not sleep. We will pass on our task from generation to generation, ever vigilant and ready.
With a new prophet to lead them?
Who can say what the future holds? I welcome the chance to travel with you.
If you see my children, please tell them to stop playing games and come home. Supper is almost ready.
I will do so.
I know I'm of use here in Westmarch, helping the people recover and keeping order. Each must serve in his own way, but I would love to come help with the fight in Pandemonium, if needed.
Finally found you, Lieutenant Derek. Will you come quietly, or are you going to run again?
I'll go with you. I'm no coward.
That's not how I see it.
Leave him be. He is a good man, and he saved my life.
He let good men die. He's a deserter and a criminal, and he'll be dead in the morning.
I'm at peace. Perhaps the one good thing I did by saving your life can make up for the bad I've done.
You are a good man. Remember that.
My visions cloud everything. I can find no escape. I plan to leave Westmarch, to be alone, far away from the constancy of death. Some people would call it a curse, and sometimes it feels that way. But perhaps it's not. I need time to know for sure.
I've never learned precisely why Rakis chose to found his kingdom here. He must have had an important reason, right? I'm not complaining, but your roguish friend over there seems to think he can...
power?
From beyond the veil of death, the power of the spirits now resides within you, as it never has. You now live in both worlds, the true one and its shadow. And it falls to you to save them both.
I have never been able to speak so clearly with the spirits before.
Malthael has weakened the divide between the unformed land and its shadow. Before, you could only whisper through the veil. Now, you can pass through it.
If I defeat Malthael and the spirits are freed, what will happen to you?
Those who have survived will remain in Imwiru Ekura, though others have passed beyond.
Beyond?
They are gone forever, consumed by Malthael.
Prisoner in the battle, an angel whose light was dimming. I brought him to my lair for my amusement, but he surprised me. My touch seemed to breathe life into him. He raved like a madman about how he wished to escape the war. Perhaps I have found someone I can use.
Yourself in death.
Only concentrate on what must be done.
Do not let the lure of death consume you as it did Malthael.
struggles, whatever their triumphs, they die. That is wisdom.
Where is the Black Soulstone?
Malthael consumed it and took Diablo's soul.
Then Malthael's death will have released Diablo. He is free. The Nephilim had done the impossible. By conquering death, he had redeemed the angels and saved all mankind. In that moment, with victory at hand, I saw the Nephilim in a new light. He is a hero who can defeat the champions of heaven and hell, and a witch doctor who protects the innocent. But within him beats a mortal heart that will one day be tempted to corruption. On that day, will he have the strength to resist, or will he be our